Hi, gym ladies. I'm so excited to be in here and to share some information. Sarah asked me to come in here and share about how to switch to safer products, why it's important, and kind of where we will begin. So, first off, to start, I'd like to share that I just took my gym for the day. I love to take it in the afternoon because it gives me a little pep up and it's kind of an afternoon treat that I look forward to, and my favorite is lemon. So my name is Lauren Breiding. I am in Los Angeles. I moved here from Alabama about 7.5 years ago, and I'm a clean living consultant. What is that, you might ask? So I help people switch their products to safer, whether that be your bedding, your skincare, your cosmetics. I work a lot with companies to help them switch their products from toxic to non-toxic. Think non-toxic, clean, safe, all those words. And you're going to learn why those words are confusing in a minute. So I help companies switch out their products, and I work with people in one-on-one consultations so they can really get a customized look at their home and how we can switch their products over to safer. So how did I get involved in this? Just to give you guys a little bit of a background. And then I'm going to try to keep this to about 10 minutes. So it should be really good, valuable information, and then you can go about your evening or whenever you're watching this. And if you're watching later, definitely check the comments. I'm going to put some resources in the bottom. So the first thing is I came to learn about this information through a company called Beauty Counter. I became affiliated with them about 4.5 years ago in 2014. I joined the company as an independent consultant because I really thought the founder was a woman that was doing things right, and I wanted to learn from her, and I'm super business minded, and I thought, I think I can learn a few things from her. So Beauty Counter is a safe skincare and cosmetics company based here in Santa Monica. It's really on a mission to get safer products into the hands of everyone. So they provide that solution through their products. They have everything from shampoo to blush to mascara, you name it, Beauty Counter's got it. They also do a ton of education through us as consultants, and then also through information they're putting out on their channels. And then they also work directly in Washington, D.C. to advocate for more health restrictive laws. And you're going to learn why that is important next. So as a result of joining that company, I learned a lot. I couldn't unlearn what I had learned about how unregulated the industry is and how really it's the wild, wild west when it comes to the ingredients in our products. And so I really took this and built my larger brand of Detox Me Tuesday. That's what my company's called. In 2016, when it seemed like everybody that I knew in every circle of life was affected by cancer, infertility, asthma, allergies. It was just all these sicknesses at once, including a death in my own family that had zero hereditary link. And one thing I had learned through Beauty Counter is that all these data and studies have shown that this rise in illness is in part due to environmental toxins. And so there are things we can do to prevent that. And so I really became passionate about clean living, and I thought, you know what, if I can get this education to other people's hands, why not go for it? So that's why I do what I do. So first, I'm going to lay the groundwork for why using cleaner products in your home and on your body is important. So this kind of is a two-prong answer. The first is from a health standpoint. So like I said, I really started to take it seriously when it affected my life personally. When people started getting sick. So the statistics are that 1 in 3 women will get cancer and 1 in 2 men will get cancer in their lifetime, which is way too high. There was also a 2016 study done that when they took specific hormone disrupting chemicals, all that means, it's a fancy way of saying, or endocrine disrupting chemicals, all that means is it's affecting your hormones. So there are certain chemicals in our products that can get into our system and actually, for women especially, mimic estrogen, which is a big issue because I'm sure, as you guys have learned with all of the hormone health that's going around, which is so interesting, that hormones really run our whole bodies, and it has a lot to do. I just used to think they were the things that made us moody, I don't know, or gave me a period. I didn't think it ran like how my body processed. But I'm not an expert in that, so I'm not going to talk about that. But in a 2016 study, they removed hormone disrupting chemicals from teenagers' products. And in just 3 days' time, the levels of those toxic chemicals in their blood dropped 20 to 40%. And the reason I tell you that is because it makes it really exciting, and this is where I like to come in, is that every single change you make matters. So I like to tell people my philosophy with this is if all you can change right now is your toothpaste because you're in love with all your other products, great, let me help you find a safe toothpaste. Because what happens is, I think on average, I think the numbers like women use 12 to 16 products a day, and a lot of those products can have a slew of ingredients on the back, and you're going to learn some specific ones to stay away from in a minute. And so if you can make one simple change, this is where I like to come in and say, give yourself a pat on the back. That's amazing, and it's a great place to start. So obviously you can see why it's important for our health. And then the other important topic, which I think is really important to understand of why this is important, is from a government or a legislative standpoint. So the question is, okay, like food has USDA organic stamps, and that's obviously regulated. So who's regulating our personal care products? And actually, just a note, that's a $62 billion industry. And regulating that whole $62 billion industry is the FDA, but there is a whopping 1.5 to 2 pages in regulating the whole industry. And another fact is that the FDA actually does not even have the ability to recall an ingredient from a product. So needless to say, what we thought we were being protected of, like we were with food, because U.S. organic food is organic food, and that's very regulated, is not regulated for personal care products, your cleaning products, things like that. Fluoride in toothpaste. Edie, that's a wonderful question. I'm actually going to post after I'm done. I'm going to respond to your comment. I actually had a whole talk with a dentist about this topic, and I did a whole post on it, kind of recapping our interview. So I won't spend time on here doing that. But I am in the no fluoride boat. It took me a while to get there, but I'll post the link to that after I'm done so that you can read it. It's really interesting. And yeah, it's the doctor from the company Dr. Bright. Anyways, so I'll get back to that later. So where was I? So yes, the other fun fact about the government, as we know, there's 2 pages regulating the whole $62 billion industry, is that the U.S. has actually not made a major change, has not passed a major law regulating this industry since 1938. So that's going on, I think in June, it'll be 81 years since a law has been passed regulating what is in our products. And since then, there have been about 80,000 chemicals introduced into commerce, and less than 10% of those have been tested for safety. So as you can tell, this is just super unregulated, and we, as consumers, I think I'm a big believer, need to be empowered by education to make our own choices so that we can live our healthiest life. So one other fun fact, so the European Union bans 1,400 ingredients, Canada bans 600 ingredients, and the US only bans 30 ingredients to date. So we have a long ways to go. And the great thing is there are companies like Beauty Counter and others. There's a Personal Care Product Safety Act that's actually in Washington right now that they're lobbying for and hoping gets passed, which would not completely make it better, but it would be a great start to getting more regulation for the ingredients in our products. So now that I've laid out the why, if anybody has questions about any of that, I can see them, so definitely comment. I'm going to talk about the how. So how do you begin? Now that you've learned this information, it's a little scary to be like, great, I can't unlearn that. What do I do? So one thing, excuse me, coming out of a cold, a great place to start. I'm going to give you 3 tips and things that I did to start my journey and what it made it really accessible for me. So the first thing is the Environmental Working Group. So this is a nonprofit whose mission is to get data and information out there on what ingredients are in products and their toxicity level. So they rate products on a 1 to 10 level, and they break down based on exactly why the products, what the ingredients are. They rate each ingredient and makes it really easy. I'm on my phone, so otherwise I would show you, but it's called the Healthy Living app. You can download it on your phone. So it makes it really easy to scan a product, search it, and you can see, kind of create your own level of, I'm okay with a 3 or below or a 2 or below, and it makes it really easy, and they do the work for you. Another way I love to use their system is for articles. If there's something that you're interested in, like a topic, and the EWG is just a source I trust completely for studies or specific topics or their view on things. And if you want to search like home cleaning products, it's best like your laundry detergent, your Windex, things like that. If you Google Windex EWG, the first link that pops up will be that rating, and it rates those products A to F. So just remember the EWG, download the app, and I'll post a link in the comments of kind of my how-to guide of how to use EWG and how it's best helped me. So the next tip is three ingredients to stay away from. So, okay, so you're like, great, you said the European Union bans 1,400. Am I supposed to ban that many? Am I supposed to memorize that many? That sounds impossible. So no. So I want to break it down for you, and I'm going to give you 3 to start with. And the chances are, if they don't have these 3, they're actually probably pretty safe, and they're probably a non-toxic brand anyways. So it's a great place to start, and these are 3 of the biggest offenders. So the first one is fragrance. There's a thing called the fragrance loophole, which means that companies do have to list all of the ingredients in their products so that we as consumers can make choices on whether we want to use it or not. But the loophole is if it's a proprietary blend of anything, they do not have to list it. So that means that one little word, fragrance or parfum, as you will see it, may have hundreds of chemicals hidden underneath that word, and that's a lot of times where the harmful ones will hide. So if you see that, I know it's in a lot, so it's gonna be shocking at first. But if you see that, just slip it back on the shelf and know that you're making a huge step for your health as you're bringing new stuff into your home. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. The next one is PEGs. These are compounds, so you'll see them listed as PEG-40, PEG-50. Let me look up. Actually, I'm going to look up the proper way to say it because it is a really long word to spell it out. But the deal with PEGs is that they are often contaminated, and they are often, that's why they, like the 1,4-dioxane and other carcinogenic ingredients chemicals can actually be contaminated PEG, and so that's where a lot sneak in. So just look for PEG dash a number and you'll be safe. Another one, so the how to say that is polyethylene glycol, but you'll most commonly see a PEG. And it's usually like a thickener or a solvent or a softener. It does something to the texture is all it is. So the last one, remember the first one, fragrance, the second one, PEG, and the third one is going to be parabens. Parabens are a huge group of toxic chemicals that I mentioned before called endocrine disruptors. And all this means is that they affect your hormones. But they have been proven with data and studies to affect our hormone system. And normally how that looks, if this is interesting to anyone, I think it's super interesting because I'm a nerd, but is that they come in, your hormones work like a lock and key system like this. And so when you get enough buildup of an endocrine disrupting chemical like ethylparaben or methylparaben, so paraben's usually the last half of the word, they actually can mimic estrogen or something else and sneak into that lock and key system. And that's how they throw your body off, because it becomes in your endocrine system and it's actually not the hormone your body needs to get the job done based on what that system is telling your body to do. So 3 things to stay away from: fragrance, PEGs, parabens. So if you can remember those 3, if you want to remember the 3 Ps, that's easier: parfum, PEGs, parabens, if you want to think of it that way. When you're out shopping, turn the bottle over. If you scan it and see any of those, just slowly slip it back on the shelf. I promise you're making a huge step for your health. The last one is, I started doing this and it really helped me find brands that I love and trust. Can you list a few popular products that have, Edie, a lot. That's a great question. I bet if you grab something from your bathroom right now and looked at the back of it, it may have it. So you're going to see this a lot in skincare. So your lotion, even your deodorant, your moisturizer, things like that. Face wash, that's a big one. So try looking at those, face wash, moisturizer, those type of things will be good to start out with that. So the last one is to reach out to brands. So I'm a big believer, like I love businesses that are doing good things. I love to support companies that are doing good things. And so one of my passions is connecting conscious consumers like you guys with brands that are doing really good things, whether that be innovation, like supporting clean, providing clean products, giving back. And so I started emailing brands. Like if it was, for example, if there's like a really trendy sheet mask out and you're like, I want to know, like, is that, now that you know this information, you're a more conscious consumer, you look at the list of ingredients online. If you do not understand something or they list fragrance, but they claim to be a safe company, email them and say, hey, I'm really interested in your sheet mask. I'm just wondering if you can tell me what your fragrance is made up of, because I know that a lot of sneaky chemicals can leak in. So a lot of these companies also are having to push past manufacturers that are lazy and only will list fragrance. So it's a kind of a give and take, and it's a new system and thing they're having to figure out. So a lot of brands are really having to push back a lot of obstacles, but I really commend them for doing it. And it's a great way to find out if they don't respond. Or I got one recently that was just simply like, oh, it's just fragrance, we can't tell you. And I was like, okay, cool, I'm not going to use your product because I need to know what's in it. So it's reaching out to brands is a great way to be empowered. And then alongside that, just finding resources you trust. You guys can like DM me, email me, comment on here. I would love to help you switch anything over to Safer. My website's detoxmetuesday.com. My Instagram is @LaurenBreiding, spelled like how my name looks. And comment on here. I would love to help you guys out. So the next place is like Edie's asking. So now where do I start? We've gone over why it's important, how to kind of start using different tools and ingredients to stay away from. So now where do I start? So the best place to start, because a lot of people are like, I don't even know where to begin in my home, there's so much going on, is what's coming into your home. So if you can go in your bathroom or look in your cleaning products and look at what you're about to run out of, that's an excellent place to start. And if it's something that you're like, nope, it performs for me, I kind of refuse, I challenge you that on the cleaning products. But if it's a personal care product that you're just like, I can't, then look at something you are willing to change. So for example, if you just have a mascara that you're like, it works, I refuse, but I'm willing to try a new deodorant or face moisturizer or bronzer even. Makeup is a big culprit of heavy metals, which is another separate topic. So look at what you're bringing into the home. That way you're in charge of what's coming in. You're slowly switching out. It doesn't hurt your wallet. You don't feel like you're wasting a lot of things. And like I mentioned in that study earlier, it makes a difference. So be really proud of yourself for every move and every product that you're switching. So where to start, what to bring into your home. Specific products to start with. If you are somebody that's like, okay, I want to start now, I want to switch, but where should I start? I would suggest your sunscreen. I actually asked this question to a skin therapist this weekend, or a facialist, and they said 100% sunscreen. Beauty Counter is my absolute favorite safe sunscreen. I'll put a link. It's a physical sunscreen, which means it has zinc oxide, so it works like a physical barrier. It's super safe. It works. It smells good. It doesn't leave your face white. That's my absolute favorite. Another thing is anything you're using every day. So moisturizers, lotions that go all over your body, those are a great place to start because you're putting them on every day. They're covering a large volume of your body. And a lot of those things are going to have the fragrance and the parabens and things like that. And then a really easy place to start that I kind of love in the home is from plastic to glass. So switch your products over from, your food storage is a great place to start, and it's really easy. So here's what I did. I pulled out all of my plastic Tupperware. If it's too hard to throw away, if it's like that seems weird, I sometimes store like things in it now instead of food because there's a lot of chemicals in plastic that can actually leak into your food. I went to Ross. So go to Ross, TJ Maxx, Amazon Prime. I can link a good set if you want. And just get a set of glass containers. I have found that it keeps my food so fresh. You can microwave in it. You can stick these things in the dishwasher. They last so much longer. They don't deform. So that is an excellent place to start if you want to start switching to safer, is switch your food storage from plastic to glass. Another company I love that's creating really great products for this topic is stasher. So they have these things called stasher bags, and they're high food grade silicone bags. I bet I can pull it out right now. How lovely. So here's one. So this is another easy, you can just go on their website, I can link, and it's a great place to start and feel really good that you made the decision to switch to safer in your kitchen. So I just want to wrap it up by saying, yes, Jess, you do. It's the best. It's seriously my favorite. And I store like things in there, like cords when I'm traveling. Like it's just my go-to for everything. So to end this, I want to say that any of you, if you would like, I'm offering free one-on-one 30-minute consultations. So basically what that would be is that we would have a Zoom or a video call, and basically I would help you if you're like, I want to do this in my home, but I don't know where to start. I know I have this type of dishwasher or this type of that. We can make it really customizable. You'll walk away with a list and really empowered and really educated on what to switch. And then the next thing is that if any of you want to join my email list, just drop your email below. You'll get a free PDF when you join, called My Switch 3, and it's 3 easy places to start switching to safer. It's a really fun PDF with links to brands I like, and it makes it really easy. Okay, we have a question. Jenna says, do you have any areas on your website with a list of your product suggestions, must-have, stasher bags, deodorant? Oh, Jess, thank you so much. So that's something I'm working on, Jenna. If you go on my website, there's like skincare, personal care, everything's under a topic, and pretty much every post is a specific brand or item that I like because I really love to support companies. So like I'm probably going to do a Detox Me Tuesday on a gem soon because I love gem so much. So if you search through categories, you can do it that way. And you know what, y'all asked some questions beforehand. Let me find them really quick. What are your go-to? Edie's asking, what are your go-to DIY switches? I just made a vinegar-based kitchen cleaner, but I know there are many more. So I'm going to be honest. I'm pretty busy, and I know that I'm not the person that's going to sit at home and make that. So that is a good one. It's like vinegar, lemon, baking soda, your favorite essential oil is a great all-purpose cleaner. I do not do that many DIY because I know that I'm not going to be able to uphold it, and I'd rather have a company make it easy for me. What I found with cleaning products, I'll go ahead and show you. Hold on one sec. This company, if anyone's looking to switch their cleaning products, Branch Basics is my absolute favorite. It's super affordable. It's one concentrate, bottles for all-purpose, window, bathroom. It works. They have an amazing stain remover. And so I love to support companies like this. It was started by 2 moms that had health issues with their kids, and when cleaning up their home, they realized that cleaning was a huge cause of asthma and allergies and things like that because their indoor air pollution from all the products they were using cleaning was affecting their kids. So I can research, there's a lot of easy DIY. You know what I heard this weekend? Actually, we did a really fun wellness event and at Heyday Skincare in LA, which is a safe skincare. We did a Q&A with the skin therapist, and one woman said Epsom salt mixed with a little bit of water creates a paste, and if you put it on a blemish or an acne spot and cover that with like a little bit of a cotton pad and just leave it on for 20 minutes, will zap that right away. I have not tried it yet, but I thought that was a really awesome, because Epsom salts, so a lot of people throw in their baths, so a lot of people have that around the house, is a really great DIY thing. Okay, let me find these questions really quick. Are there any other questions you guys have? And I'll make sure any I can't get to, I will post the answers below. Hold on. Yeah, so Megan asked on my previous post in the group before I went live, I'm looking to reduce my waste. Know of any products that could help me with that in addition to being non-toxic? So my first thing with that would be stasher bag. I have not bought a box of plastic baggies and I can't tell you how long. So you buy these once, they're good forever, and you can even cook in them. Let's see, another one, honestly, this is kind of a weird answer maybe, but I found that since using safer products, I need to use so much less of the product that I'm not going through products over and over and over again, which just creates less waste. But I will also answer that more fully. I don't want to spend a lot of time going into that topic, but I'll answer that more fully in the comments. Let's see here. Jenna, you're on here. You asked about common toxic ingredients that we should look out for in household products so we know what to avoid. So I would stick to my top 3 to stay away from: fragrance, parabens, and PEGs. And I would stick with that. It's a great way to know. And then I can post in the comments as well, specifically cleaning, but those 3 are a great place to start across the board in your home. So Emma Lane asked, what are your top affordable non-toxic cosmetic brands? So my first go-to is Beauty Counter. So they're a middle of the road price point for sure. Like, they're not going to replace your CVS price point, but all of their products last 4 to 6 months. They work really well. So if you're looking for something that is going to hold performance to the same standard, Beauty Counter is where it's at. My other good favorite resources for safe cosmetics are Faulane, Credo, and the Detox Market. All of those have websites, and you can search all different brands on there. Oh yeah, Sarah said, Jess said first, her lately at Mrs. Meyer's cleaning products are not the best. I do not like Mrs. Meyer's. One, because my nose is so sensitive. I haven't used anything with synthetic fragrance in so long that, to me, their smell is just too, I'm finding you an answer while I do this. For me, their fragrance is just too much for me. But they're not the best because I believe they have, it's funny, it gets like weirdly overlooked for some reason, I'm not sure, but every time I turn a bottle over, there's something I don't like. So let me get back to you on that. Sarah Kristen says, what ingredients should I watch out for in nail polish? Oh, Sarah, that may be just you, I think, Sarah. Hey. Nail polish, our big offenders are formaldehyde, but the issue with nail polish is you're not going to find ingredients anywhere. Like, most of them just don't list ingredients. I don't know if it's because the bottle's too small or what, but most of them just don't list ingredients. So find, my absolute favorite nail polish brand is Zoya, Zoya, and they're 10 free. Hey, it is you. So they're 10 free, which means they're free of 10 of the top biggest offenders. And let me I can read out you a list of those. But Zoya is my favorite. It's like a $9 price point and they're 10 free. So you'll see like 10 free, 5 free, 7 free. And so that means like 5 is not as good as 10 free, for example. They're just like free. Okay, so formaldehyde is the number 1 top thing, which is scary that's a nail polish. DBT, which is a really long word. Parabens are another big one. So formaldehyde, toluene, DBP, formaldehyde resin, parabens, fragrance, phthalates. So phthalates are one of those, it's that funny P word, PTHALATES, that sneaks in a lot under the fragrance loophole. You will very rarely see phthalates listed on a bottle, but that is one that sneaks in where you don't expect it. But you can Google 10 free toxic ingredients or 10 free nail polish, and it'll list them for you. It's just a lot of big words, but formaldehyde, parabens, fragrance, and phthalates are the biggest ones on there. Okay, let me look. I think that was all of the questions beforehand, and if there's anything else, I'll maybe type it in now. And if not, this is a little bit longer, I'm sorry, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm so glad you asked questions, and please reach out to me personally. My passion is helping people do this. I love it. I do it all day long, and I love supporting brands that are doing good things. I call them do it better brands, and Gem is definitely one of them. So you guys are in good company in this community as well. Okay, so I will see y'all soon, and I will now get to posting things in the comments so that you guys can refer back to them. I hope you have a great night. Thanks for watching. Thanks, Edie.